Hi guys. Well, it's a cold and windy day here in Portland. I took a walk through downtown. Downtown's behind me here. And it was windy, cold this morning. Took a walk, just short walk. I'll show you just a little bit of that in the video. But it's warming up a little bit now, a little bit less windy. So I can talk to you about this tobacco. I took a walk this morning and went to Rich's and enjoyed a pipe there, and I want to tell you about it. It's another, if you can believe it or not, it's another tobacco by Sutliff. It's a little bit windy. Not even sure you can see me really. We're gonna do it anyways. So it's another tobacco by Sutliff, done by Per Jensen. So he's putting out these series, and it seems like just rapidly he's putting out these series of tobaccos in a limited series called Birds of a Feather. So they're all related to, at least the tin art is related to birds. There's always a bird on it, but the tobaccos are different. So let me show you this one. It's called Aberrant. Interesting names. I don't know where they get the names. I don't know what the story is, but behind the names of these tobacco. But there's it's a cardinal in the front, looking pretty upset. Don't know if you can see that very well, but the tin art's pretty nice. I like the tin art on these new tobaccos. So so like I said, it's done by Sutliff, Baren, done by Per Jensen, Georg Jensen, and this one's a little bit different than the other ones. Of course, let me show you the tobacco. This one's a crumble cake tobacco. Let me show you that. Hopefully you can see that. So it's a big, like double stacked brick here. So here's one brick. And I've smoked quite a bit of it, so there's a large chunk gone, but there's still some left. Let me see if I can get it in the light so you can see it. Get the sun on it. So it doesn't look too dark, but this tobacco is a heavy tobacco. So let me read what it says on the back, and then you'll see why. It says the unique tobacco used rustica. So we all know the rustica is pretty heavy stuff. And Baren, I think just last year, 2 years ago, I think, 2 years ago, put out a tobacco called rustica, and it was had the tobacco in there. So, and we, those of us who have tried that knows that it's pretty strong stuff. So it says, is a heavyweight among tobaccos, originally smoked by the English settlers over 400 years ago, now used to spice up the blend and add strength. The earthy notes from the rustica are paired with Virginias for sweetness, a note of vinegar, and balance. The blend is rounded off with just a handful of dark-fired Kentucky, as it fits perfectly with the Rustica, and to add some underlying smoky notes. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's just right on. The Rustica is just a really heavy ingredient. Too heavy for some. I quite like it. I like heavy tobaccos. So, and then the dark-fired Kentucky for me is often my favorite when they put that in there. So between the Virginias, that adds a little bit of lightness and sweetness, a little sour note from the Kentucky, and smokiness with the kind of the deep earthiness of the Rustica really adds a good balance to this tobacco. But it still is a heavy tobacco, I think. It's not as heavy as the Rustica blend from Baren, but you can really feel it. The Rustica is still in there. Yeah, but with the other ingredients, it's still a tobacco that I think that most people could enjoy without being knocked out too bad. You're going to want to probably smoke this not on an empty stomach, especially those that are a little bit more lightweight when it comes to heavy tobaccos and nicotine and that kind of thing. This reminds me a little bit, if anyone has seen Mark's new video, the Bremen pipe smoker, if you've seen his new video on the Diego blend, which was funny. I've been smoking this for a couple weeks, and then that video came out, and they were talking about this blend that Mark's friend Diego is making, or has been making for a couple of years, using Rustica and dark-fired Kentucky and those kind of things. Of course, I haven't smoked the blend yet, but this tobacco reminds me a little bit of that. It's getting windy out here. Taking Rustica and some other ingredients and kind of blending it together. And well, there's a train going by too. See? That's the curse of making a video. If it can happen, it's gonna happen. Yeah, anyways, so it reminds me of that tobacco that they described on the video, of using Rustica and some other ingredients to kind of round out some of the edges of a dark-fired Kentucky and the Rustica, and to give it some fullness by blending them together, and then toning it down just a little bit with some sweetness with some Virginias. And I think that's what this blend does. And this blend is, it's just very tasty. A lot of people wouldn't consider this an all-day smoke. I myself would. It just has really good flavor. It's very smooth. It's not bitey at all. It doesn't even, leave any harshness or any kind of bitterness or anything in the mouth. So it's just a really nice, easy smoke, but with a really good kind of punch to it. So it has good strength and good flavor, but without lingering too much, and without causing any kind of problems like harshness or bitterness in the mouth or anything like that. So really good blend. I think out of the ones that I've tried so far from this line, I think for me this one's perhaps my favorite. But I don't like to play favorites. I like to throw the tobaccos out there and just tell you what they're like, and you can make up your own minds. But I better get going. Don't have a lot of time. Just wanted to let you guys know about this new tobacco, Aberrant by Sutliff, Baren joint ventures with Per Jensen. crumble cake with dark fired Rustica and some Virginias, stove Virginias, different types of Virginias. So very interesting blend. But you have to be careful with the crumble cakes. We all know that. You don't want to rub this one out too vigorously, because it can really turn into dust, sawdust, or something really quick, and then it's going to be harder to smoke. So you want to leave it kind of chunky as much as you can. So just be careful rubbing it out. Otherwise, yeah, it doesn't have any problems. Yeah, lighting, being lit, yeah, or anything like that. So, anyways, guys, hope you're well. Hope you guys are enjoying the autumn, and we're having a nice day today here in Portland. It's cold and windy, but that's to be expected this time of year. So anyways, you guys take care, enjoy a good pipe, enjoy good tobacco, whatever it is you enjoy, and yeah, we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.